Okay, hi parents, hi everyone who is joining us now. Whatever may be the time, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, you're welcome to this special edition in this channel called Mah Ekonde. So you know that we talk about everything conscious parenting. We are here to give you the tips that you need to become a conscious parent, to become a mindful parent, and to raise those little babies, those little angels, the way you ought to. Okay, so today is a very special day, and you can see from the image of this event, we are talking about mindfulness. I know that in our own setting, the word mindfulness is still something very new, and many parents come to me and they said, like, what does it mean to be a mindful parent? I really want to know, like, what does it really mean in the practical sense of it? So today we have a special guest. As you can see, she is going to answer all your questions about being a mindful parent. Hi, Suzanne.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here to talk about mindful parenting.
Oh my God, that's so beautiful. And I know that's going to be a very amazing moment to learn. So parents, take out your notebook, your pen, and write down all the tips that you'll be learning tonight. Okay, so mom is Susan Tucker. Okay, she's been a physical therapist, okay, parent educator, and certified educator of infant. I hope I'm
Massage.
getting it right. Okay.
You got it. Yeah. Baby massage. hmm
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
For more
I
than
will talk more
25
about
years
that,
now.
but yeah.
Wow, beautiful. And she's a mom of four adorable children. Wow. Oh my God. And the founder. I mean, to just crown it all, she's the founder of Generation Mindful. That is really intriguing. That is so interesting. And we're going to find out about all of this now she's doing. I'm so excited. Like, let us dive right into it. No waste of time here.
Well, thank you. Yes. So, my background as a therapist and an educator really set me up to start Generation Mindful and actually being a mom, because I've been doing this work for 30 years and I realized that what I was seeing in my classes, we were all getting stopped at the very same place. And I started to get frustrated. So, where I saw us getting stopped is we're learning new information up here, but we're struggling to take it in here, right? So, knowledge isn't wisdom necessarily. And I don't know about you and your work, but I find that most of us weren't raised understanding what is mindfulness, what is
Yes.
positive parenting. And so we struggle to make it real in our everyday life. So that's why I started Generation Mindful, to help make it tangible and easy and maybe a little fun to learn this stuff.
That's beautiful. That's just so amazing. Like, so how old are your kids? I mean, you have four kids. I really want to have four kids as well.
Oh, good. I hope you do. Well, I will tell you, on my mindfulness journey, I actually have nine. I consider nine children. I have my first two are 23 and 21. And then on our journey to having another child, I had five miscarriages in a row, just within
Okay.
about 2 years. And
Oh,
and then I thought, well, maybe I'm not supposed to be a mom of another child, even though my soul knew there was another baby waiting for me. But when I gave up on that, I just sort of surrendered. I let it go. I got pregnant with twins. Literally, I think it was about a month later. And so, um, a lot of learning, a lot of living in terms of mindfulness in that journey with loss. But they are now 13 boy girl twins. So I
oh
really
wow,
consider,
that's really,
yeah, I consider myself a mom to all nine, because as you know, children help us
yeah,
grow
yeah.
and they help us become
Mm,
more self-aware. So if I
mm.
didn't count my angels, um, I would be remiss, because probably they brought some of my greatest lessons, just in
Yeah,
letting
that's
go. Yeah. So those are my babies.
beautiful. Okay, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. So now, I mean, mindfulness. What's it about?
Okay. I like to start with a definition. Okay. because we
Okay.
all say the word, but none of us know what it means. Okay, like mindfulness. I think most of us, when we think mindfulness, we think, I'm not very mindful. That's the first thing we all think. I'm not very mindful. And we think that other people do it better than we do. And we picture someone sitting on top of a mountain, very still and very quiet and very peaceful. And I think that that definition is false. Okay, I want to put a big red X on that definition, because that definition, it doesn't live for any of us. It's not my life. Is it your life every day, especially if you have children? Is that your life?
No, especially with
Oh,
toddlers.
it's not, right? It's chaos. Life is chaos and life is change. That's like the one consistent. So here is my favorite definition. Mindfulness is being present to the moment with joy and ease, right? So the moment can be literally, I just dropped dinner on the floor. Okay. That could be a mindful moment. I could show up and notice, that I just got, maybe lost it with my child. Maybe I even yelled or something. And then I notice, wait a minute, I am yelling. That's a mindful moment. And see, none of us think about real life when we think about mindfulness. We think about some perfect scenario. And what I want to really share with everyone out there is that we forget the joy and the ease of mindfulness. And that's what we're here today. I want to just redefine mindfulness and really
Mm.
recognize that if we are showing up to the moment and beating ourselves up with our thoughts, if we're being shame, oh, I am being mindful, I notice I'm yelling, and then we start to beat ourselves up, is that a mindful moment? No, because there's no joy and ease. So I believe the first step is self-awareness with a lot of gentle compassion. Okay, a lot of gentle compassion. Because how can we show up with joy and ease if we are full of criticism and negativity, right? And limiting beliefs about ourselves and our children. So we can break that down a little bit more, but there are some really simple, easy ways to show up in our lives with joy and ease, even though it's chaotic. So for me, that's mindfulness.
Wow, indeed, that is just so beautiful. And I mean, it is just so simple, just so beautiful and just simple. It is so simple and it's kind of hard to do, but it's really that simple. So really, mindfulness is just all about just being present and showing that love and compassion to your children in every circumstance.
It is being, I will say, it's having a focus on the present, not perfect. So we really want to
All
cancel
right.
the goal for perfect and re-add the goal for presence. Okay. Do you feel me on that? Because
Okay.
many of us think, oh, I want to be kind and compassionate every second of every day to myself and my children. But that goal
Mm-hmm.
is not realistic. It's not a realistic goal. So it doesn't bring me joy or ease. So, my community, we are really working to make mindfulness practical and
Okay.
accessible. Okay. Because for so long, it has felt like somebody else's, right? Not for me, because I'm just human. And the reality
Mm.
is that it really doesn't, we don't need to be perfect people to set our goals towards being present in the moment. And I can tell you where it starts, okay? I mean, I can get really tangible about it, but for me, mindfulness is how aware am I of myself and how aware am I of you, my friend, my partner, my child. So anything we are learning, we practice and somebody teaches us, right? Like if I wanted you to read a book, I would hopefully I would teach you the alphabet first, right?
Yeah.
Right? To learn to read. But with mindfulness, nobody taught us from a young age the ABCs. And I believe
Mm.
that we actually can learn very simple basics, just like the building blocks of reading are the alphabet. And I believe it starts with our emotions, with our physical and our emotive body and our thoughts.
Mm,
Okay. So, what we do at
mm,
Generation Mindful, even with children that are like 2 years old, we play games, we
mm.
sing songs, and we practice noticing and naming what's going on inside of me. How am I feeling in my body? What am I thinking with my thoughts? And then we practice the skills to share. I feel sad. I feel happy. When you said this, I felt this. And I know that might sound really simple, but I want you to think about how we all struggle as adults to show up in the present moment and to be self aware, right? It is not a tiny little thing, it is a big thing.
Yeah,
So we can
yeah,
talk more about that, but I wonder what your thoughts are about the alphabet of mindfulness and the idea that nobody taught us the very basics when we were little.
yeah, yeah. I mean, just being that present moment, okay, and even considering like what the person in front of you feels and who truly is the person in front of you. That is something that we parents at times we fail to do. We are just so focused on the don't do this, don't touch that, instead of
Don't you?
like who is this child, okay, and how does this child feel about this thing I'm saying or I'm doing. So it's very important, mindfulness.
Yes, you shared a powerful story on your LinkedIn today about you as a little girl and your mother and you were in relationship. And what I saw was there was a barrier to communication because there wasn't a curiousness or a ritual, maybe not a habit of sharing. I want this. I need this. I feel this. And that is okay. That's how most all of us were raised. It wasn't done. We didn't have, our parents didn't have little training wheels on how to do this, and they didn't intuitively know to pause, to be curious, and to ask. And so literally, and as a little person, I was a very sensitive little person as well. And I wanted to please people. I was what you would call cooperative natured
Mm.
child, right? Like I was easy to raise on the outside because I wanted to meet your needs. I wanted to figure out what you wanted and be good girl, right? Because I looked around and I was like, the world is telling me if I do good, I am good. And then I am worthy of love. The opposite of that is mindful conscious parenting is if we do good, we're feeling good inside and that is an expression. And if we do bad, we're feeling bad inside and that is an expression. But it's not who I am, right? I am love all the time. So a child who's acting out, right, being misbehaving, they're not bad. They're feeling bad.
But
So
yeah,
that's what, right? And that's what we're here to teach parents to reset. How do you see your child? And then how do you interact with your child? And so back to the story of your mom, if she had lived where she had little generation mindful training wheels, she would, have been guided to say, "Hi, sweetie. What do you think? What do you want? What are you
mhm.
feeling?" Right? To be curious. And what do you think would have changed if she had asked you those things
I
around
think I would
sewing?
have, yeah, yeah, yeah. I would have expressed to her the level at which I really wanted to learn these skills. And I think that she would have, worked with me more.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
what would have resulted is connection. And so when you said something earlier, I got a little misty eyed. You said, it's so simple. And I'm getting emotional now. That's everything to me. Simple is beautiful. Simple is magic. And simple is accessible. We can show up for simple. And what I found with my work and parenting, and nothing was simple anymore. Everything was hard. Everything was, you know, it just felt like a long list of to-dos. And what I know is that what is light and bright in me, what I lean in for, what I want, what I intrinsically am driven towards, it feels simple. It feels easy. It feels joyful. And that's mindfulness, right? So we really are in the business of looking for, where can we show up and connect the generations so that we can connect and be present to the moment with joy and ease. And what I believe is everything changes from those little
Yeah.
magic moments. It's not hard, it's easy, because we are wired for connection. So if
Yes.
we
Yes.
just give these little sparks, little magic invitations in our day, and we remember to kind of create little habits for magic, little moments of magic, the rest truly does come. And there's very
Mhm.
little in parenting that people would say, well, that's easy. But I do believe, and I'm a mom of four, that truly, if you shift your mind, being present to the moment with joy and ease is our nature. It is our nature. And we can practice, like build a muscle. We truly can build the muscle that brings us to this moment. But first, we got to stop beating ourselves up for not just magically being excellent at it just the moment we start, right? What thing in the world are we excellent at the very first time that we do it? Very few things, right?
But
We work, right? We practice. So,
I just remembered something that happened to me with my toddler. I just made up my mind that whenever it's time for us to like do some assignment, because in school she's in pre-nursery, so they give us some little assignments to draw, to write some figure and to color. So now when she bring back this assignment in the house, I will take the time, like, me, I grew up in a setting where learning time was always a moment where you will shout at the child. I mean, why don't you hold the pencil like this? Why can't you color like this? Why
ah,
is it that, I mean, it's always in that atmosphere of what's happening, you understand? So in
yeah.
my own case, I chose to be different. I was like, okay, learning time is like a super playful, happy time. Yes, that me and
Yes.
my toddler, we sit down, and I'm like, oh, yes, you can do this, you can do this. Yes, just do it like this. Oh, you hand like this. It's like that. And it's a super sweet moment. And
Oh,
and in your heart, you just feel this like it's a treasure,
yeah.
sincerely.
That's
So
beautiful.
we
I
we
can
we we,
feel
we
that. You
actually
took me
miss,
there. Yeah,
yes, we actually miss out on a lot of things when we don't enjoy the present moment, actually.
present moment. We miss out. We miss out because there is joy and ease in the present. Most of our anxiety and fear and worries are in the past or in the future. I would actually say all of them are. All of them
Yeah.
are. All of them. And we can train our brain for strategies when we notice any other emotion but joy and ease running in our body, instead of judging it and bad or wrong. Because I believe all emotions are a gift. I love emotions. I even love anger. I love frustration, because when I notice that my body is taking me on this journey to these places inside, I now know to be curious and to wonder, what is going on, Suzanne? Why are you feeling like heart palpitations? Or
Mm.
why are you feeling, anger right now or frustration? And so if we can learn to trust our body and to interpret our bodies, we become powerful, because emotions are data. They're not always right, and they're not wrong. Okay. I don't want people to believe that they're right all the time. They're data. They could be data that I mistakenly think something about somebody. Doesn't mean it's so, but if I'm feeling frustrated or angry, I want to get curious. Maybe it's an invitation to have a conversation with that person. But can you see, we've been taught, number one, not to listen to our body. So when a parent says,
Yeah.
put your coat on, and you say, I'm not cold, and they say, put it on, it's cold out. And when you say, but I'm not cold, and they say, put it on anyway because I said so, you are trained that what I feel in my body isn't valid. It's whatever my adult says. Or that we do that with eating, right? Like we say, I'm full, and they say, no, eat more. And the child says, no, I am full. And we say, no, eat everything on your plate. We have been taught to override the body. So one of the most mindful, easy, low-hanging, mindful parenting practice is to notice in your day when your child uses their voice, if it has to do with their body and their self-care, listen. Listen. You may not love what they're saying, and teach them that you respect what they're saying. Because guess what? Mistakes help us learn and grow. So if they are wrong about the coat and 10 minutes later, they're like, woo, I am cold. They will have a body experience that says, now I want my coat. And if you don't shame them about being wrong, whatever, that is a powerful muscle that they are growing that says, I listen to my body. And sometimes I'm wrong, but the more I practice, the better I am at listening. So, does that make sense? That's a whole set of skills that I believe are super important to teach children that have to do with what's called interoception, or the ability to listen to the body. That's a big word,
Oh
but
my God.
it's a very important practice. Are we still? Can you hear me? I'm wondering.
Yes, my network broke. I
What
think
what
it
what
was my
happened?
network. I can hear you now.
Oh, good. Did we have a pause?
Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Let's see. I can hear you if that helps. But I'm not sure if we're on live still. Can you hear me? Being present to the moment with joy and ease. I love it. Even when we can't hear each other. I will pause. I will wait till I get a confirmation that you can still hear me. I'm wondering,
Network,
how's it going?
please.
But I can still see your beautiful face. I'll hop on the LinkedIn and see what it's saying there. LinkedIn. Hi, everyone. If you can hear me, still glad you're here. Technical difficulties. Mm-hmm. You there? Oh, I love our. Hi. I'm not giving up. We're going to get this back. Hello. Let's see if there's a chat room. Hi.
Yes.
Yeah?
Are you, I can get you. I'm getting you.
Yeah. I'm getting you mostly, but you
It's
just felt,
breaking. Oh my
yeah, is
God.
it breaking up a little? Let me know what you want to do.
Okay, let me refresh.
I see you. I think we're good. I think we're still live. I just checked on YouTube and it looks like it might be good over
Yeah,
there,
we're
like
still
your
live.
internet.
I mean, my
You're
network
welcome.
is breaking. So sorry
Hey,
about that.
you hear me? Oh, wait, let's see. Got my sound off. We're good?
Yeah, I can get you.
Oh, good. Okay. See? Mindfulness allows us to be with curveballs
Yes.
like that. Mindfulness allows you to be with the technology issues. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we're talking about let me kind
Okay. Coming in and out a little bit for me. It's really fun to be with you. I'm so sorry for anyone watching for the technological difficulties. Technology, it can really connect us. Sometimes it can be a trigger for disconnection as well. But I'm grateful for it. Just sad that I can't be with you right now. Hi, sweetie. Hi. How's it going? Hi.
I think kind of slow.
You see it? Hi. How are we doing? We good?
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
Okay,
Ah,
okay.
we are
I can
rebooting. Ah, I love it. Oh, can't hear you so good.
This must be the best thing on YouTube.
Did it? How's it going?
Oh, we're
Ah,
talking about beautiful things. No, no,
with
no.
beautiful people, beautiful things with beautiful people. I wonder if how the technology's doing for people out there if they want to chat
Okay,
in.
Susan, Mama Susan, I think you can go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Well, here we go. I don't know if you can hear me, but I don't see you now anymore. I don't know if we raise the red flag or we keep being resilient and persistent. I'm happy to do this talk anytime with you, but it looks like the tech is not ever in our favor right now. Let's see. I'm going to try connecting to the comments. I'm not seeing you here, sweetie. That's okay. We can do this another time too. Hi, I see you. Hi.
Okay, I hope this time around is now. It's happening now.
It's happening. Hi.
Hi. So I think it should be my network.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I see you.
Hi, Mama Suzanne.
Hi, are you back?
Nage,
You're back.
yeah, I'm back. Sorry about
We
that. My
did it.
neighbor was sleeping. Yeah.
So where were we?
Yeah, we're talking about beautiful things that happen to our hearts when we're in the present moment.
Yes. I think we're probably all understanding or at least feeling like we're the first generation to really embrace mindful parenting, positive parenting as a whole. And I think it's easy to forget what an opportunity, like really how awesome and incredible that is for this to be happening right now, collective consciousness to be rising. And here we are, you and me, we are here to usher in a whole new way of raising children that has the potential to heal and change so many dysfunctional things about society. It is such
That's
a
right.
wonderful, impactful, powerful, transformational opportunity. So I really want to celebrate anyone listening that you understand the impact that this can have. You are a part of that. And think about how awesome this is for it to be us. We are this generation that is truly mainstreaming positive, conscious, mindful parenting. So I want us to be gentle with ourselves because modeling shame and guilt because we're not getting it perfect is not the way that we pass on a powerful growth mindset to our kiddos. Our children really don't need us to be perfect. They want our presence and they want a model, someone, an adult, to show them how to love themselves, even though they make mistakes, because
Mm,
they are going to make mistakes, right? Our kids are going to make mistakes. And we want to teach our children that mistakes help us learn and grow. And I think ultimately that is one of the most powerful mindfulness practices. And I'd love to hear you about your life. Where in your life have you bumped into maybe a mistake that ultimately taught you a great lesson? Is there a moment in your life?
yes, actually, something happened lately with my toddler. So we were at the door actually, and I was trying to close the door. And unfortunately for me, her finger was still in the middle of the door, so it hurt her, and she was crying.
Oh,
And this made me to remember that there are so many instances where she has done things. I mean, she has hit me. She has done things that didn't make me happy.
yeah.
And what was my reaction about that? And now that I've hurt her now, how should she react? Or how do I see this situation? So it really made me to learn that we all make mistakes. We all make
Yeah.
mistakes, and what matters is that we can reconcile, build connection, and say sorry, and just love each other.
Oh, that's powerful. That is powerful. We do make mistakes, and there really is a way out of it. Like you said, you apologized because you felt remorse in your heart, but not
Yeah.
because somebody made you say sorry, right? You felt sorry. And I think that's an important
Mhm.
point. What we can teach children are the things that we want to do when we want to repair. And that's one of my favorite words, repair. So if something happens with our child, we always have the possibility of repair. So one of the things I like to do with little children is take a magic time machine, because when we're playful and we're silly, we learn, they say we learn 40% easier when we are silly and playful. And you know that to be
Wow.
so, right? When we're having fun, it's just easier to
Yeah.
learn.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you put a magic time machine, you do a do-over. And that's what we call it in my house, a do-over. As your children get older, they then are in the practice of being okay learning from a mistake and doing it over. And then I like to teach the words next time, blank. So again, we're talking about some really big concepts, right? But at Generation Mindful, I always want to say, I don't want to just give knowledge or information. I want to hook it to something that's really like rocks are hard and water's wet. And here's something that I can actually remember and do, right? Because it's those little skills that will serve us, right? Not just thinking, oh, I want to be a mindful parent, but how do I actually do that, right? How do I actually do that? So that's one of my favorite repairs is either the time machine or next time I will. And then you add the thought.
Wow, wow, wow. That's so beautiful. And you know, Mommy Susan, there are some people that often they are asking the question, you know, in our own setting. I mean, like, how do I retain myself? Like, the child has just done something, and you know, mindfulness requires that you should pause, that you should not react. You should not, your first reaction shouldn't be to react. Okay, you should respond and not react. So how do I take that moment to pause? Like, what are the tools to really pause and not react negatively, to hold myself up and be calm and then address the situation?
Okay. So set up the scene. You're saying there was an older child, like a tween or a teen, that was sexting. Is that what you said?
Yeah, no, I'm actually talking about a parent and a
Uh-huh.
child actually
Okay.
setting where the
Text.
child does something
Okay.
wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if I heard you right. So, well, you actually used a good example. So I heard you say the word sexting. Okay. So I don't know if you said that, but imagine, I want you to imagine your beautiful, precious angel child, right? Does something like as something outside of your moral code, as something like that, right? Where they're sending a photo of themselves. I mean, that would blow most of our composures, right? Most of us as parents would want to lose it. And that's why I say, first of all, you're human. You're entitled to your feelings, okay? We're not zombie robots. We're human people. And our children, they know when we're like faking, when we're like not authentic, okay? So, number one, being a mindful parent doesn't mean you're numb to the world and all of your emotions. For me, it's name it to tame it, feel it to heal it. So, I'm in the practice of naming my feelings. Wow, I feel really surprised and overwhelmed. And I'm really feeling like I'm not sure exactly what to say in this moment. So, I'm going to take a minute. You know, taking a break, taking a moment, pausing is fair. Because if you are caught off guard, if you are triggered, it's likely whatever's going to come out of your mouth
Will
in
be
that
negative.
moment isn't going to be your highest and best. Okay. So I have a little an acronym that I use, PBS: pause, breathe, start again. Pause, breathe, start again. We get to pause, our children get to pause. Okay. Sometimes if things are really heated, we put them on the shelf. We just say, I'm going to put this on the shelf right now. And then we set a time. I'd like to talk about this in an hour. Okay. That's actually a skill. To pause is a whole skill. Okay. So that's number one. Number two, we're allowed emotions. Okay. Number three, lead with empathy. And a really easy way to lead with empathy is we call it a news reporter voice. You don't say any of the things that you're thinking or like attack or blame. All you do is you say, oh, I see that you had the markers out and you drew your name all over our new couch. You know, you're not saying, why did you draw all over my couch? You're just saying, I see. Okay. So pretend that you're a court reporter. I see that you texted a photo of yourself not wearing your top to Michael or whatever. So can you see where just naming what happened in what's going on? And the other thing is empathy is noticing how they're feeling. I can see you really wanted that last dessert and your little body got so frustrated that you started hitting. I can see you're not approving of it. You're not approving of it. You're just seeing it. And I feel like naming it, name it to tame it, is a big skill set in the world of mindful parenting that we haven't been modeled and we haven't been taught. In the old days, if you would have said, I see your blank, people would say, oh, you're being permissive. You're approving of it. The truth is, no, you're not approving of it. You're just noticing what is. Now, the next step is to manage whatever's happening. Okay. So you want to have boundaries, keep people safe, all those things. But you can start by taking a breath, connecting with the other party. I see you, maybe you're feeling blank, or this is what I noticed. And I don't know about you, but if you were in a conflict with somebody and they came at you like a bull, right? And they were blaming and charging you with all these things, you're going to be defensive. But if they come at you and they notice how you're feeling and they just say what is, oh, I see that you were taking the answers from your friend's test paper and putting them on your own paper. Okay, I got busted. The child is now in their head going, oh my gosh, I got busted. But they're noticing something about the quality of the relationship. This person isn't attacking them. So maybe they can be in a safe place to process this hard thing, this mistake. Maybe they have really harmed or hurt somebody or made a bad choice. Okay? Kids do that, right? Kids do that. So it's not, the power isn't if it happened or not, it's what we do with it when it is happening. Okay? And if you yell and scream and blame and lose it, that's okay. It happens. When you notice that you've lost it, now is your point of power to go back and do some repair, do the repair work. Does that make sense? Did I answer your question? Yeah.
Yes, it does make sense.
Can I teach you one other thing I like to have? You talked about your son or your daughter, your child, I think it was your daughter, hitting or lashing out. One of my favorite things, I do one-on-one coaching with families, and that happens a lot where the child is lashing out and the parent is feeling traumatized by this hurting happening to them. And a lot of times as the parent, we're going back to when we were a child and we were being hurt. So it's really triggering, right? To have this child that we love is now attacking us, and all of our little inner child wounds are coming up, right? Like right up here, right? It's like I'm underwater now. So I want to give you a word, a phrase that you can like take and just put it in your back pocket. Okay. If things happen to us and we haven't been intentional and thought about it ahead of time, like what would I say? What would I do? We don't have any strategies, right? It's just happening at us and we're getting triggered and we're going to react, right? That's just all we're going to be able to do. But if we think about it ahead of time and we make a plan, then we're more likely to go to that plan, right? Even when they're hitting. So number one, I like to say how I see you're upset. I see you're feeling angry. You can feel angry, but no more hitting. I don't like it when I'm getting hit. I don't like being hit. I know you don't want to hurt me. And this is what I like to say. I like to say, I know you don't want to hurt me. I won't let you hurt me. I won't let you hurt me. And I won't let you hurt you. Like, I think children want to know that we are there. You don't have to pretend that this is great. You don't have to be all like, oh, no, you don't like it. I don't like that. Okay. So permission to be human. I don't like that. I feel really, I don't like that. And then say how you're feeling. It's okay. You're human. But guess what? I know you don't want to hurt me, and I won't let you. I won't let you hurt me. I will keep you safe, and I will keep me safe. So you can put words to it because you are the now adult brain in the room. They have a child's brain. You have the adult brain. So it's our job to keep ourselves safe and them safe. And I think when we say to them, I know you're so mad. You don't like this. So you're hitting. I don't like that. I don't want to be hit. That hurts. I don't like it. That's natural consequence. I don't like to be hit. I don't want that. I don't like that. But I know you don't want to hurt me, really. I know that your little body is just overwhelmed. I'll keep me safe and I'll keep you safe. Does that help to have those words in your pocket?
Yes, it actually helps a lot. And can we go further, like to like okay, like keep a physical boundary, like okay, you sit there. If to calm yourself down, later on we can
What you can say is,
reconnect.
I see you need a minute. I see you need a minute. What I don't like to do, like, yes, okay, we're going to calm ourselves down. What I don't like to do is use a lot of power words. You need to, you have to. So when I say, hey, you know what? All done. Let's calm down. We are pausing. We are stopping. We are calming. We're going to sit, or we're going to put away the thing, or whatever it is. You be in action. You do the boundary. And yes, you might choose to take 5 minutes to chill or relax. You might even say, I'm going to go to the calming space that we have. I'm going to go. I need to go. I've got some energy here. So let me just show you what we do here. You might say, I feel scared. I feel like upset, and I'm going to go calm down. So we say, how do I feel? Why might I feel this way? And then what do I want to do about it? What are my strategies? So if your child sees you modeling, I feel upset. I am thinking this, I'm going to go calm down. I'm going to lie down. I'm going to sit. I'm going to breathe. You are teaching by modeling. But
Yeah.
when you say, calm down, you really need to calm down right now. Nothing's happening until you are calm. What happens is, like, we turn into a big power monster, and they're like a little disempowered, and right. And now we're going to be in a power struggle, right? Power struggle. So if that's happening, that's okay. Totally normal. I want to give you one other tip, one other strategy. Okay. Okay. So if I'm going to go hike a mountain, okay, and I need to have big muscles, and I have to be able to breathe the oxygen in Colorado where the air is thinner, is it a good idea for me to do no training and just set out for the mountain tomorrow, put on my 50-pound backpack, and just start climbing that mountain? Probably not, right? Because I have done no training. I didn't exercise my lungs. My muscles are not strong. Well, we do this with ourselves and our children when it comes to emotions, what's called emotional regulation. There are ways that we can practice emotions and calming. Okay. And just like climbing the mountain is the very time that we want to practice calming our body when we're completely upset and dysregulated? No, right? Because when I'm upset, all of my brain cells are like, and my child is like, and I think it's a good time. I think it's a good time to learn a new thing. Nope, not at all, right? So that's why at Generation Mindful, we have we call it the Time In Toolkit. It literally invites us to play in ways that help us pause, connect, regulate. We call it name it, feel it, heal it. These are muscles. They can get big and strong when we're calm, when we feel safe, when we feel connected. And guess what? Then those muscles will be there for us when we need them. And also, like, for instance, just this tool right here, I want to play with these things. That we have so many different toys around it. When I'm feeling snugly and connected to you, my mother, right? I want to feel loved and close and safe, so that when I feel like a monster took over my body, the same tools are not scary to me. They feel like inviting. Does that make sense? So at Generation Mindful,
Yeah.
this is why I started the company. I'm like, we need training wheels. And we are all waiting until it's broken to fix it. We don't need to wait until it's broken to fix it. We can get in the habit of these things. So that's the big idea behind Generation Mindful is how do we practice and make connection a habit in daily playful ways? And how do we grow emotional skills in ourselves? And you talked about your triggers, right? We all have them. They come from our childhood.
Oh, yeah.
So we're actually reparenting this person, aren't you? I bet you're spending a lot of time loving and parenting this person. Is that true?
So true.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't talk enough about reparenting this person so that I can parent this person, right? So this person, we do at Generation Mindful, we have 3 or so different opportunities to look at reparenting yourself, and we do it
Yeah.
together. We have a masterclass, we have a summit. It is a constant conversation for us is to start right here before we go
Yeah.
anywhere else. Yeah.
Mhm. Wow, that is really so true. And I mean, when we begin with ourselves, and I mean, it will naturally flow towards our children and towards others as well. It's so a beautiful thing, and your initiative of Generation Mindful, your company. I mean, that is so beautiful. Like wow, it's helping a lot of parents and children as well.
Thank you. It's been a joy. It's been 7 years, and we would love for you to join us. We really are growing as an international community, and the goal is to reach child, every
Mm,
every home, every classroom deserves tools and support. Whether we can afford it or not, we all deserve this education. I think it's a human
mm,
right. I literally believe that emotional literacy, we don't think about it that way. Learning about our mind, mindfulness, it's a literacy, it's a learning. And I think as human beings, it's a human right. And it's not right that it depends only on if our parent has learned this before or was modeled this or not. No, that is not okay. Every little person, every human being deserves emotional literacy. Just like we deserve to learn to read. I think it's even more important, but I think it's right up there. Okay? We know it's important for
yeah,
children to read and count. Why don't we
yeah,
understand that it is also important for them to learn the ABCs of emotions and to
yes.
be supported in that? And I just think it's a human right.
Yeah. Indeed, it's a human right, and it's going to help build society as well.
Yep, it is. Thank you for the work you're doing because you are bringing positive, mindful, compassionate parenting to people in a really joyful way. You are so much joy. You embody joy for me. You're so beautiful.
Thank you so much, Mama
Yeah,
Susanna.
of course.
It's really a pleasure to listen to you and to get all these tips from you. It's just so amazing, and I believe that all those who have watched us today and those who still come back to watch us, I mean, they really learn a lot, practically on how to parent themselves and to parent their children as well. So, I mean, this is so beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Our children I mean, the future generation will like look back and say, okay, we're just so proud of our parents because at least they did 80% of the job.
Right? Well, they loved us. And right on top of their love was fear, worry, anxiety. But if you peel back the fear, the worry, and the anxiety, is a lot of love. A lot of love. Even parents that were taught to hit their children, even right now, if you are that parent, I want you to know that I see you. I see your love. You love your child. You really are doing the best you can with the tools you have. I believe you need new tools. I believe you deserve new tools. Okay. And don't blame yourself if it's hard. It's hard for a lot of people. Okay. It's not broken. It's not broken. We're not broken. And our children are not broken. Okay. It just is. It's new skills for all of us. So please, please, please take away permission to be not perfect, even as you strive to be positive, present, mindful, compassionate parents. Okay. It's a journey. It truly is.
It's a journey, as you said. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mama Susan. And I mean, I just can't thank you enough for your availability. I mean, for accepting my invitation and for messaging me. I mean, we just messaged each other on LinkedIn, and
I know. I'm so glad to be with you. I really am. You have a beautiful community. And in your honor, I'm happy to pass on any resources I can, savings, whatnot. We can create something for your followers, for your listeners, and maybe you and I can talk and we can put it in the show notes, because I do believe it's about tangible tools, and people deserve tools. So we will think of something and get it to your people, to your community. We are all about it. Please join us at genmindful.com and get supported. Get yourself supported. You deserve it. All of us. We all deserve it.
yeah,
We do. And
we
I'm
do
so glad to
deserve
be
it.
holding hands with you. You and all, I'm meeting so many beautiful people in your community on LinkedIn. And I'm just so thrilled to be holding hands, because I think we're meant to go together. We're meant to hold
Yeah.
hands and go together. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much. I think we have come to the end of this show. Thank you so much. Have
Bye,
a blessed
everybody.
night or afternoon. Bye bye. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this particular video. So, if you love it, just give it a thumbs up, okay? Comment down below your thoughts and subscribe to this channel. See you in our next event. Ciao. Ah, oh my